listening or watching Radio Afinju. The time is 10 a.m.
Ẹ bá mi pè o. Àfínjú. Kí lorúkọ rẹ̀? Àfínjú. Rédíò. Àfínjú. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń gbọ́ Àfínjú. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń wo Àfínjú. Lórí WhatsApp. Àfínjú. Instagram. Àfínjú. Facebook. Àfínjú. Lórí X. Àfínjú. Lórí YouTube. Àfínjú. Lórí TikTok. Àfínjú. Kí lorúkọ rẹ̀? Àfínjú. Ẹ bá mi pè o. Àfínjú. Rédíò. Àfínjú. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń gbọ́ Àfínjú. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń wo Àfínjú. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń gbọ́ Àfínjú. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń wo Àfínjú. Rédíò Àfínjú. Rédíò Àfínjú. Rédíò Àfínjú.
For up-to-date tori wey no get filter.
Politics matter.
Sport.
Ya lo hace. Pierna derecha, directo al arco. ¡Golazo! ¡Golazo!
Culture. Naija and obodo oyibo music. Advertisement wey go reach your customer home and abroad.
This is incredible.
Na on top Radio Afinju you go hear am.
You can't be serious.
Na so. Radio Afinju be baba for all radio stations wey dey Osogbo, Osun State. Radio Afinju na better level for broadcasting.
Alrighty then.
A beautiful Monday morning to you listening to me right now. You're welcome to this morning's edition of Doc on Radio Wellness Made Easy, your radio wellness and health show where we bring the clinic to your doorstep, because good health is for everybody and it shouldn't be also difficult. And like I always say, you cannot provide a solution to a problem you do not know about. So Doc on Radio is that show where we'll bring you everyday wellness tips, practical tips to everyday health solutions. But I'm not the only one here on the show, because occasionally we do bring guests, different medical professionals, people with years of practice and experience in the health industry, and together we address pressing health concerns, pressing health issues, and we try to profile solutions, practical solutions to these health concerns so that you can live a healthy life. My name is Pearl Durotoye and I welcome you to this morning's edition. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Well, it's pretty much still early to conclude on the kind of day you're having. I just hope that it is going great so far. Of course, I'm not alone in the studio this morning, but before I introduce my guests for today and the topic we will be discussing, if you're not following Radio Afinju on social media platforms, I wonder what you're waiting for, because if you go to Facebook, YouTube, X, all at Radio Afinju, you'll find us there. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook so that you can be notified whenever we are going live. Yes, we do stream our programs live on our social media platforms. Also, if you can't watch and you just want to listen to the audio streams, go to our website at www.afinjufm.com com and just press play. You will hear us crystal clear. We're also on Zeno Radio and Radio Garden. Go to radio.garden, search Afiju FM, and you will find us there. You're welcome. I welcome you to this morning's episode. What are we talking about today? Well, I will introduce our topic for this morning, but as you know it, recently on the show we have a new segment, which is the health news segment. This is where we'll bring you updates from relevant health agencies. So what's the latest update from the relevant health agency this morning? The update I have with me is from the NCDC. Yes, the NCDC, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention. So what is the update I'm bringing to you this morning? It's an NCDC Public Health Advisory. NCDC Public Health Advisory following the suspected viral hemorrhagic fever events in Abuja. So that's the title of this news, and it says what Nigerians should know as dated Friday, September 19, 2025 on the ncdc.gov website. So I am going to read this news update, and then we will go into the business of the morning. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention, NCDC, wishes to inform the public that 2 recent suspected cases of viral hemorrhagic fever in Abuja both tested negative for Ebola and Marburg viruses. We're currently testing samples for other viral hemorrhagic fevers like Lassa fever and dengue fever. The most recent case involved a traveler who, after returning to Nigeria from Kigali, responsibly presented himself immediately to a hospital in Abuja when he felt unwell. His decision to report early, combined with the vigilance of the attending clinician and hospital team, ensured that our public health system was promptly activated and that the risk to the public was minimized. And this responsible action is highly commendable and a good practice all Nigerians are urged to emulate. When you feel unwell, especially after travel, seek early care. Doing so protects not just you but your family and your community as well. So that is the latest update from the NCDC as reported on the NCDC website. I will be going on a very short break now, and when I come back, what are we discussing for this morning and what special guest have I brought to you this morning? We'll find that out after this break. Don't go anywhere. It is still Doc on Radio, Wellness Made Easy on Radio Afinju. Okay, you're welcome back from that very short break. In case you are just tuning in, this is Doc on Radio, Wellness Made Easy on Radio Afinju. This is your radio health and wellness show where we'll bring you practical solutions to everyday health challenges. This morning is not an exception because we are treating a very common health issue. Yes, very common, because even personally I have been at the receiving end, and I can't even begin to tell you what my eyes saw that period. It was something else, and I'm more than glad that we are going to talk about it, because when you go on social media, you see people asking questions, wanting to know more, looking for solutions about this particular health concern. And what health concern is it? We are talking about toothache. I am very sure out of the many people here with me, even here with me in the studio this morning, if not 2 or 3, yes, you've had to deal with toothaches at certain points in time. And I can tell you there is only a handful of ailments you can compare the pain of toothache toothaches too, or tooth pain. There's only a handful of ailments that you can say, this tooth pain, it is on so and so level. In fact, we've had several people put it on a scale with other very, very serious health conditions. That's to tell you that once toothache starts, in fact, let me not go into the details. So this morning I have with me a very special guest, a registered dental therapist and also founder, Gateway Dental Care. I'm talking about none other than Mr. Should I call you Mr.? Oluwafemi Ogunshake. Good morning, Oluwafemi.
Good morning, Ma. Good morning, listeners at home.
Okay, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing well.
I hope the studio is not too cold. Should we turn down the AC?
No.
Oh, you like? Okay.
It's
Good to have you here in the studio with me. Thank you for joining me this morning.
Thank you.
Can you address our listeners for a moment?
Yeah, good morning, listeners. It's a pleasure to be on air this morning to address that health condition that we do not pay attention to.
Yes.
On the norms, we do not pay attention to the dental health. We feel it's not necessary. We underestimate that part of the body, and that is why we are having recurrent issues regarding dental health.
True.
So if you hadn't paid attention, perhaps the rate at which people cry because of dental issues would have been minimal, if not totally contained. And this morning, be assured that I will be doing justice to the causes and the prevention of these dental diseases.
Okay, thank you so much. I love the confidence, because today we are here to profile solution, just like we always do on the show. We are here to provide solution. Yes, we are going to address the concerns. What exactly do we know about toothache? What are the things that can cause toothache? How do you know that, okay, this thing, you have to seek the help of a professional? And also, what can you do to treat yourself? Because I like to say it, because a lot of these health concerns that might seem minuscule, we don't pay attention to it. You think, it's not just small tooth pain. Once I just brush my teeth, or once I just put one ointment, it is going to go. We don't know that sometimes complications can on their own turn to very serious health concerns, or they can even lead to other very serious health concerns. So it doesn't really matter how small you think a particular ailment is. You should always pay attention to your body, because your body is sending you a message. So when we're talking about toothache and tooth pain and everything, what exactly is it? What do we understand by tooth pain? Hold on, give me a minute before you continue. So what exactly do we understand by tooth pain and toothache?
On the norms, when we talk about ache, pain, it's discomfort. When the mouth, the teeth can no more perform their statutory functions. When you are having discomfort, you couldn't eat well, you couldn't talk very well, then there is something, that is a potential damage has been done to that part of the body. So the same thing applies to the mouth, to the teeth. And then coming to the cause. Should I go ahead?
No, we're going to get to the cause. We want to first understand what it feels like, right? What kind of, how do you because I believe that there are certain different degrees to pain. Like, at what point does it become a cause for concern? There can be some pain that can be maybe because you are grinding your teeth too hard, right? And then maybe it's negligible. So at what point does it become a source of concern to you?
Well, I would say that pain thresholds differs.
Okay.
It becomes a concern depending on how much you value your health. What becomes the concern to me might not become the concern to someone else until it gets severe. To the extent that you couldn't eat anymore, you couldn't talk, you couldn't even open your mouth. So to some people, that is the extent where it becomes a concern.
A problem, yeah.
A problem. So the ability to, to cite a problem, and we have, I mean, how we cite problem differs. Some people detect problem at the earliest stage.
Yeah.
Where some people, it's only when it gets worse that they could not eat, like I said earlier, they could not talk, they could not do anything with their mouth. That is when it becomes a problem
for them.
So it differs.
Okay. So what exactly causes tooth pain? What exactly causes tooth pain?
Well, I always tell people, toothache, tooth pain, it's caused. There are so many causes. It could be because there are so many dental diseases.
Right.
We have dental caries. We have gum diseases.
Cavity.
We have
root canal.
No, root canal is not a disease. It's not a disease. Root canal is a canal in the tooth. So there are so many causes. But then, for the purpose of this program, I would say that the major cause of dental issue is poor oral hygiene.
Okay.
Poor oral hygiene in quote. Apart from the fact that there could be accident, there could be trauma, and any of that. What can the other thing that can cause problem to our dental health is when the hygiene is poor.
Okay.
It's poor oral hygiene. And then what do I mean by poor oral hygiene? It is not that we don't brush. We brush. And then we brush in the morning and at night. We use several oral hygiene products and all that. But then we are still having issues. And the issue is once your mouth is comfortable for bacteria to thrive. Bacteria are in our mouth, and there's nothing we can do about them. Once the bacteria in our mouth, the oral bacteria, once they see our mouth as an enabling environment to thrive, then when they thrive, they reproduce. When they reproduce, they also produce acid as byproduct.
They produce what?
Acid.
Okay.
As byproduct. So most times it is this acid that is being produced as byproduct that is responsible for the formation of cavity, irritation of gums. So when all these things happens, there will be pain.
But if you brush your teeth often, how then does bacteria find it comfortable to dwell there?
Thank you very much for that question. Those are the questions that we battle so much in the clinic because there are so many wrong notions, misconceptions in dental practice.
Okay.
So, when we eat, there is no way food particles would not hang in between the teeth. There is nothing you can do about it. But then, most of us, we do not even spend quality time brushing. We brush. We are too eager to brush, and within 30 seconds, you are done brushing. So when we still have food particles hanging in between our teeth, sticking to our teeth surfaces, then over time, they stick more because of the presence of some minerals inside our mouth, inside saliva, that the content of saliva. So when they stick more, don't forget, inside this mouth, there are bacteria. There are millions of bacteria in our mouth. So when bacteria feed on these food particles, then with the presence of the mineral salts inside our mouth, inside the saliva rather, they stick more to the teeth surface, and over time it will be very hard for toothbrush to remove them.
Is that what causes plaques?
Yes, plaque. I'm talking about plaque and calculus now.
Okay.
So when it is still plaque, you can still remove those ones with your toothbrush.
Okay.
And your toothpaste, conventional toothbrushing. So you can still remove them. But when it becomes hard, that is when it is called calculus. And then calculus cannot be removed by using your toothbrush and your toothpaste. And that is why we advise people to come for scaling and polishing every 6 months. So that by the time you come for scaling and polishing at least twice in a year, we would have removed all the solidified food debris that might have adhered to your teeth surfaces. So when those things are removed, then you can be sure that your mouth is clean.
Okay.
So absolute cleanliness cannot be achieved
by
mere toothbrushing, irrespective of the kind of toothbrush that you use, irrespective of the,
or if you're brushing 3 times in a day.
it does not matter, because those calculus, the adding food debris, they are already add, and your toothbrush cannot remove them, and that is what led some people to using hard brush,
right?
Because they believe that when they use hard brush,
they remove
and as they are using hard brush, they are even causing more threat, more danger.
They're damaging their gums.
The gums, damaging the teeth.
The teeth itself becomes sensitive.
So that's why we advise people come to clinic every 6 months. Do checkup, do scaling and polishing, ensure that there is nothing in your mouth for bacteria to feed on. There is nothing that can make bacteria to be comfortable in your mouth. So by doing that, you have deprived the bacteria of an enabling environment. So when you are doing that, I can assure you that your dental health is secured. And stay away from any form of trauma, any form of accident. Once those things are not in place, then I can say that you have conquered 90% of dental issues.
Okay, thank you. But can toothache, can it be a sign of other more serious health issues or health concerns?
Yes, it could be. Yes, it could be. Because I can say that there is oral manifestations of every disease in the mouth. Of majority, yeah. And even sometimes we diagnose some systemic infections from the mouth.
Okay.
It is from dental clinic that some diseases are first diagnosed. Like you query when you look at the patient's mouth, you see inflammations everywhere, swollen gums, bleeding gums, mobile teeth. When several teeth are shaking, that's what I mean by mobile.
Okay.
And so you could actually query some certain disease conditions. Me are seeing those signs. So you could query diabetics, you could query HIV and AIDS, you could query syphilis, you could query so many things from that. So when we see those things, we just refer patients to a medical doctor, a medical diagnosis center.
So what symptoms should people look out for outside of the whole toothache? You know, a lot of times when we feel toothache, we can't really get like a proper view of what is going on down there, because I know that, at least for myself, you know, when I was talking, I mentioned that I've had a personal experience. You know, when I was having serious toothache, then I know usually they'll tell you, okay, put water in this one, add this one, and gargle and salt, or go to, at least at that time, I would, when I tried the saltwater therapy, and you know, it was as though it wasn't bringing the relief I sought. So I would go to a pharmacist, they would give me medication, and you know, for a while it was helping, maybe for temporarily, for that particular night. But over time, it became even more pressing, so much so that even when I do the saltwater therapy, even when I take these pain relief drugs and everything, it was still not going out at that point. And of course, I can say I pride myself to an extent that I do maintain a proper oral hygiene. But I think what was the breaking point for me was when I had to grab a mirror to actually try to see what was going on there. And then when I saw that, I was like, okay, it looks like I'm having, is it impacted molar that they call it there? Yes, because I had one very, it was doing peekaboo at the back of my mouth, and then I was like, you know what, so outside of in my own case now, I knew that okay, this is probably something that is beyond just tooth pain now. So what other things can we see and know that okay, it is time to visit a doctor? This is not just or is it for any kind of tooth pain or toothache at all that you seek medical help?
Well, to me, like I always tell people and my patient, whenever I have opportunities like this, we should seek help at the slightest discomfort. Because when you do earlier detection, like it makes us to detect issues earlier. Like now, before a toothache degenerates to the extent that you can no longer sleep, you should have spent about 4 years. Yes, because I was talking about bacteria producing acid as byproduct before. Before acid penetrates the hardest part of our tooth, which is the enamel. Before it penetrates the enamel, penetrates the dentin into the second layer, then gets to the pulp. The pulp is the third layer, and that is where the life of the tooth is. It is when the cavity, the bacteria, the acid, it is when they penetrates the pulp. That is when there will be more problem, because that is where the life of the tooth is. So before it gets to all this stage, at least that tooth could have been paining for like about 4 years. For about 4 years. So now imagine you coming to the clinic every 6 months. Damage that have been done. Yes. Coming to the clinic every 6 months. Such unfortunate situation would have been avoided. But when you keep it to yourself, there is problem. Then people usually have bleeding gums.
Right.
Bleeding gum is also what you should look out for.
Okay, that's bleeding gum, not because of maybe when you were brushing.
Yeah, bleeding gum mostly is as a result of poor hygiene. When the hygiene is poor, I was talking about hygiene, because it is key. Even apart from dental health, even to our personal health, hygiene is key.
Yes.
Imagine not taking bath for about 3 or 4 days. What happens to your body?
You make yourself prone to bacteria.
Exactly. Bacteria thrives more on your body surface. So the same thing applies to the mouth. Same applies to the mouth. So look out for bleeding gums whenever you are brushing. Do you have bleeding gums? Then another thing you should also look out for is whenever you are eating, do you feel pain, like chewing? Is there pain? Because majority of people use toothpick. Like some habits also poses threat, like post threat to them. Yes, when you are using toothpick, you are puncturing your gums. You are using hard brush.
So are you saying toothpicks are not exactly good?
They are not
at all
in any way.
You
should not use them. You should not use them. So, and also using toothpick, using hard brush, then using your teeth as tools
to open drinks.
So it causes your teeth continues to chip off gradually till it gets to the sensitive part. That is when problem will start. And then some people also maybe it's because of beauty or something, they go to beauticians for the asthma, e.g.
right,
gap teeth. They said, I want to be more beautiful. I want you to help me to put to put the asthma, to put a gap in between my teeth. And it could be beauty to them, but at the same time they are causing damage to the tooth structure.
But there are certain medical procedures that also require filing down of the teeth itself.
If it requires that, it is being done by a professional, not quacks.
Okay.
And then we understand the anatomy and the physiology of what is in there, unlike the quacks. Unlike unlike the spa operators, that they are just there to to make their money for aesthetics purpose. They do not have such dental training that we have. There are things that I would never advise people to do. Like now, I would never advise you to come to me telling me that you want to have the asthma, you want to have a gap in between your teeth. I would sit you down, orientate you, and discourage you not to do it. But if you insist, I won't do it. I'd rather refer you to someone else. Because I know that once you do it, you are still coming back to me for that problem. So we are problem solvers. so we should not be the one causing
the problem.
Creating the problem itself.
It does I don't know if that's true as well. Cold water, does that make the teeth sensitive as well?
You should, the tooth also is living. Our teeth are also living. They are living as they are there. So if you put something cold in your mouth,
or very hot,
you should feel something. but it should not be so intense that you feel you don't feel comfortable. So when you feel intense, it means probably there is a hole on any of your tooth, or any of the teeth rather. So if there is a hole, or there is a cavity, or there is something, then it becomes the what you feel becomes so intense that it becomes unbearable.
Okay. Thank you so much, Oluwafemi. We here on Doko Radio, we also have a tagline. Yes, I'll call it a tagline. You must have heard me say it when I started the program. When I say Doc on Radio, you say wellness made easy. Okay. So Doc on Radio.
Wellness made easy.
Wellness made easy.
Doc on Radio.
I'm going to say this when I come back from that break. That's what I'm telling you now, because we've got a very short break now. When I come back, I will be sure if you still remember what the tagline is. So don't go anywhere. We are still discussing toothache on Radio Afinju here on Doc on Radio, and it has been wonderful with Oluwafemi Ogunshaki. Don't forget, if you've not been here from the beginning and are just joining, we'll be right back after this break. So it is not too late to tell your friends, to tell your family, because we are still going to talk about treatment options, what to do, what are those homemade remedies that you can do temporarily, of course not permanently, because a lot of times they cannot provide permanent solutions to toothaches or tooth pain, just temporarily. That and many more are the things we'll be talking about after this break. Don't go anywhere.
For an ultimate entertainment experience. An all-round gist with your spicy honey drops. Don't miss the fun, excitement, and updates on Afinju Arena. Only on Radio Afinju.
Apology for waiting, say don't play, or you will learn.
Champions League
ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ eré ìdárayá ẹ̀yin dà. ó ti yá láti gbẹnu sí ètò tí yóò máa gbóná rìtìrìtì yeruku lálàlàlá lórí pápá àfínjú. ìròyìn wo lẹ fẹ́ gbọ́ nípa eré ìdárayá? ṣé ti bọ́ọ̀lù aláfẹsẹ̀gbá ni, aláfọwọ́jù sínú apẹ̀rẹ̀, ẹ̀yìn orí kankéré, tàbí ti tábìlì, ẹ̀kẹ́ òmùwẹ̀, tàbí tàwọn abẹ̀sẹ̀ ya máàpù sójú ẹni? má dààmú jìnnà wá gbanu tí mo súnmọ́lá ọmọ adégbèrò Big Mo, níbi tí yóò ti máa wà yín sí rìn gbé yín débẹ̀, já yín sí ìmọ̀ tó ń lọ lágbolé eré ìdárayá lórí ètò pápá àfínjú ní gbogbo ìyálẹ̀ta aago 11 sáago 12 ọ̀sán gbẹ̀rẹ̀ lójoojúmọ́ lórí ìkànnì rédíò àfínjú. àyà kàtàkàtà Big Mo ti wọlé dé gìjà. Big Mo àti ikọ̀ àwọn àyànnà eré ìdárayá lèmi yóò ganu sí lórí ìkànnì rédíò àfínjú. ẹ má lọ gọ̀ọ́, pápá àfínjú ni.
maka akụkọ okwu gbasara ndọrọndọrọ ọchịchị, egwu ma ọ bụ ihe na-eme na Naịjirịa ma ọ bụ ihe na-eme na mba ofesi, omenani, mgbasa ozi, ihe ndị a niile dị na redio Afinju. N'eziokwu, redio Afinju bụ nke izizi na radio stations na Osun steeti. Redio Afinju bụ amaala n'ịgbasa ozi.
ìpèníjà pọ̀ láwùjọ, aráàlú ń pàráàrò, wọ́n ń fojú sọ́nà fún ìdàgbàsókè. bẹ́ẹ̀ olóṣèlú náà ń pé adìyẹ ń làágùn, ìyẹ́ ni ò jẹ́ àrí. ó wá di dandan ká mójú ajé kò ní sọ, ká ṣàkójọ àwọn ìpèníjà tí ń bẹ láwùjọ, ká tẹ́ pẹpẹ rẹ̀ fáwọn adarí ìjọba kí wọ́n sì sọ ìgbésẹ̀ tí wọ́n ń gbé láti wá ojútùú sí wọn. èyí ló bí ètò gbàgede ọ̀rọ̀ lórí rédíò Àfínjú. gbàgede ọ̀rọ̀ ni ó máa ṣe ìfọ̀rọ̀wérọ̀ láàrin ará ìlú àtàwọn adarí ìjọba. lórí ètò yìí a ó máa ṣàtúpalẹ̀ àwọn ìpèníjà àwùjọ, bẹ́ẹ̀ là á sì máa fọ̀rọ̀wérọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn ìkàn ìjọba tọ́rọ̀ kàn láti lè mú ìtẹ̀síwájú bá àwùjọ wa. Adédayọ̀ Dẹ́rínú, ọmọ wọn lẹ́sẹ̀ kùjọ́mọ́ ó nù, ni ó máa tọ́kùn ètò. ẹ lè wo rédíò Àfínjú lórí àwọn àtẹ ayélujára Facebook àti YouTube, bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ sì lè gbọ́ wa lórí rédíò Garden. rédíò Àfínjú, ìlànà ìgbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ tí ò lábàwọ́n. gbàgede ọ̀rọ̀, ètò tó ń yànnàná ohun tó rújú láàrin ará ìlú àtijọba, kò ṣeé má gbọ́ ni ẹ gbà bẹ́ẹ̀.
gbàgede ọ̀rọ̀.
Do you enjoy exploring new stories, meeting great authors, and diving into the world of literature? Are you aware that a reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies? The Book Club on Radio Afinju is a safe place for book lovers like you, the radio show that brings books to life. Join us as we review exciting books, interview amazing authors, and connect with fellow book enthusiasts just like you. Whether it's fiction, self-development, history, or poetry, we've got something for everyone. Don't just read, experience books in a whole new way. Catch the book club with Bukola Karim, The Books, where we analyze new books by different authors, exploring the themes, characters, and plot twists that make reading so unforgettable. From fiction to non-fiction, classics to contemporary bestsellers, we'll cover it all. Join us on the book club every Monday from 4 to 5 p.m. on Radio Afinju. Share your thoughts and hear from fellow book lovers. Watch us live and follow Radio Afinju on Facebook and YouTube so you don't miss out. The Book Club. Let's turn the pages together.
All right, you're welcome back. It is still Dokon Radio Wellness Made Easy here on Radio Afinjo, and we are still discussing toothaches, tooth pains. What do you really need to know about these popular and very common health concerns? We've talked about what toothache is and how do you know that it is time to seek medical help and to seek a medical professional. But there are still certain aspects of this that we need to address. But before we go into that, a quick hello to our Facebook audience. I have Abiola Boluwatefe. He's saying good morning. Good morning to you, Abiola. Good to have you on the show this morning. Also, Tolu Elizabeth Babatunde, good morning to you as well. Tolu, thank you for joining. And I still have with me our guest for this morning, Oluwafemi Ogunshake, a registered dental therapist who has been sharing a lot of insights about toothaches. But now we want to talk about treatment options. But before we do that, I really want to know, how long does a toothache last, like a session? It's you know, when the pain comes, I've had people say it's like the pain of toothache is I've seen people compare it to that of childbirth. And I know when it comes to childbirth, the contraction comes and goes. Is it like that for tooth pain?
I've never suffered one.
Okay. So, I don't expect that you will.
So I don't know how it feels.
Okay.
But then we have had several experiences of people coming to our facility because of severe toothache. I would say it is, anything that has to do with this head and the neck. It's always severe. Because of the nerves that supplies the tooth, the mouth, and everything, it connects to the brain. Okay. So anything head, neck, it's always severe. It's always severe. When there's problem, it's always severe. So, and toothache lasts as long as you neglect it.
Okay.
As long as you ignore other.
So even
once you keep ignoring,
yes. So even if it comes and it goes, and then you think all is well with the world, it is
not always well.
It will
without seeking the right channel. It's not always well.
So now, what can we do? I mean, outside of initially we talked about certain home remedies. Now, I know that is what we have been told, or that is what we've heard people say, okay, you can use this to relieve the pain for a while. But now, speaking as a professional, what home remedies would you say would work temporarily? Maybe in the middle of the night, I just wake up and I'm suffering and I'm feeling this very intense pain in my mouth or at certain points in my teeth. What can I do that will temporarily provide a succor for that pain at that moment?
Well, I always tell people, most times, dental pain or dental issues is not always an emergency.
Okay.
For you to have been feeling severe pain, it means you have ignored for a very long time. So if it now comes, if it comes, even before it became so intense, I know you must have taken so many medications, analgesics, antibiotics. Even majority of people would have abused these drugs. They have taken enough. So when people call me that I am feeling this way, I could not sleep, I could not do that, I just tell them, do warm water and salt.
What does warm water and salt? What does it actually do?
Yes, this is what warm water and salt does. What's actually causing the pain, the problem, is because most times the acid that is being produced as byproduct by the bacteria is so much that the buffer, there is something we call the buffering system in chemistry. I don't know. Okay. So the salt is, I'm talking chemistry now. So salt is, an alkaline. So salt neutralize the acidic environment. So does it make it unbearable for bacteria to thrive? Yes. Okay. Exactly. It neutralizes the acid in that matter at that particular time. So thereby bringing relief. Okay. Do you get it? Thereby bringing relief. And then also the warm water also, it is temperature. Then some bacteria too cannot thrive under such condition. Okay. So that is why we said people should do warm water and salt. But only temporarily. It is just temporary. So what are the permanent solutions now to toothache? You visit the dental clinic. When we get to the dental clinic, what exactly happens there? When you visit the dental clinic, we assess. We assess, we examine. We do not only examine what you have brought to us, we examine the entire mouth. Even we examine the entire body indirectly, because your treatment starts right from the time you step into the clinic. That is when you start the assessment. That's when the assessment. If someone is coming with, because most times the patient that I have seen most times when they come to the clinic, I recognize their problem right from the time they step into my clinic, because some people would have put their hand on their jaw, holding it, and then if they did not do that, we would have seen a swelling. So you know that definitely this is where the problem lies. This is where the problem lies. So with those things, you really recognize those problems. So then in the clinic, we'll be able to profile solution, look at what the problem is. Is it a cavity? Does it need extraction? And let me say this, because most people stay away from us because of the fact that they believe that any problem like this is extraction. And then extraction is the last option. Right. We resort to when we have exhausted all means, or when there is no other solution to save that tooth. But why exactly do people run from extraction? I would say it is a very permanent solution. Well, maybe because when I went for my own dental surgery, then I would say maybe because of my own case. That was why the doctor felt extraction would be the best solution at that point. But I think if you maybe I should just leave. Let me not give my own. Let me not give a personal opinion. I want to ask, why do you think people run from tooth extraction? Well, they feel it's scary, it's painful. It is. And the imagination that even our instruments are also scary. yes, they are. Imagine seeing someone that looks like Amma, and you have to be awake during the procedure as well. Exactly. Oh, don't remind me. I'm having looks like plier, looks like chisel, screwdriver, all this in my mouth. True. So they imagine those things, but then when we are using these things on you, most times they don't pain. What you are imagining is just an imagination, because by that time you are working on you would have been given anesthesia. Right. So the place would have become numb, so that the only thing you'll be feeling at that point is the feeling that wow, they are
So
working.
something is happening.
Something is happening.
And you are seeing the thing happening.
The prayer.
Maybe that's the scary part. You seeing it happening.
Exactly. That's the scary part.
Okay, thank you so much. We're running out of time. So quickly, I'll just go on to the last part of the show, which is the meat or fact segment. And this is where I'm just going to be saying some certain statements as regards to this topic, and then you're going to tell me if it is a myth or it is a fact, or if it's true or it is not. But before I go into that, Doc on radio.
Wellness made easy.
Okay, wellness made easy. Wellness made easy.
Doc on radio.
All right, thank you for remembering. So now we are on the meat and fast segment. In 5 minutes, let's just talk about this. So I have a couple of statements here, but I'll just pick a few. And the very first one says, you don't need to see a dentist after home remedies.
You need though. It is very much needed. And let me say this. No drug would give a lasting solution to dental ache, to dental pain. It is just a relief. It is just,
temporary relief.
Even it will get to a time that your body would not even respond to that drug you are taking again. Because you have abused it. So
your body has built a resistance to it.
Exactly. So at that point, so when you eventually seek the service or go to a dental clinic, would have to, prescribe a more stronger antibiotics. So that your body is not that will be very new to your system. So that it can actually perform what is expected to do, because the other ones you have been using, you have abused them. Okay. So
you always need to see.
I always need to see.
Okay. The next sentence here says, if the pain goes away, the problem is gone.
No. If the pain goes away, the problem is gone. No.
The problem can still remain. Break it there.
Maybe at that time you are able to eat good,
or maybe
things.
are distracted by other things.
You are able to eat very well at that particular time, or you are able to do very well. You take some mouthwash or something. But then, as long as the problems exist, there is always problem.
Okay. Let me take this last one. It says pulling the tooth out is the best option.
It's depending on the result of the assessment.
Okay.
Sometimes that cleaning and polishing solves some people's problem. Because once the mouth is clean, there is nothing for bacteria to feed on.
And you also, like, even after the scaling and polishing, you start to you practice proper dental hygiene.
Yes. That is what some people need. But instead of coming to the clinic earlier, they believe that that they will pull the tooth out. So with that, they stay away from us. Whereas just maintaining the hygiene solves their problem. I have seen several people like that. They only need to take care of their hygiene and the problem solves.
That's all.
That's all.
Okay, I think I will just use that to round off this segment and also the show. But before we leave, I took one question during the break. I just want to ask what you think of chewing ice block and its effect on the teeth.
Chewing ice block is not advisable because ice block is hard.
Right.
And you could actually break
your tooth.
Your teeth at that point. So you should not even try it. Try.
Okay.
Crushing ice block.
Stop using your teeth to crush ice block. And also, you mentioned something
even
about
crushing bone. Is not advisable also.
Even what they call a biscuit bone.
No,
that one is softer.
If it is soft and you feel it could not, for me as a person, I don't crush my teeth on those things. I don't eat bone. I don't use hard brush. I don't scrub too hard. Because I don't want to experience what my friends are experiencing.
I mean, you would know because now you know what's in your eye.
So most I just No,
Okay.
stay away from them.
Okay,
Stay away from them.
So overall, we should all maintain a proper dental hygiene. So thank you so much, Oluwafemi Ogunshake. Thank you so much. It has been wonderful having you on the show. Your last message for our listeners before we go today.
Well, I would say that people should prioritize their dental health just as they do to their body.
Yes.
We buy creams almost every week. we do our hair, buy wigs that cost so much, so expensive. But then that mouth that we used to talk, to eat, to do so many things,
to lick ice cream,
to use ice cream, we abandon it. We do not. It is not too much if you are visiting the clinic every 6 months to get your teeth cleaned.
Right.
So it saves you the stress of going through pain, going through dental extractions and all. So just make sure that you put it in your budget. With 20k, 25k, 30k, you can get your teeth.
So it's not even expensive.
It is not. It is.
I think it's even worse if you had to wait until teeth get serious before you start treating them.
There is a saying that dentistry is not expensive. Neglect is.
True.
So when you neglect, when you ignore, then you spend more.
True.
You spend more. So that's
I don't think there's anything else to add to that. Our dentist has said everything for this morning. So thank you so much for joining me on the show. Oluwatoyosi Yvonne, I see you. Good morning to you as well. Thank you to everyone who tuned in this morning. Don't forget, Pakpa Afinju is coming up by 11 a.m. Again, Radio Afinju. You can find us on all social media platforms, on Facebook, X, YouTube, all at Radio Afinju. You can also find us on radio.garden. Just search for Afinju. My name remains Pearl Durotoye, and it has been a wonderful time with Oluwafemi Ogunshake on Doc on Radio this morning. Join us again, same time. I think by next week, the time for the show now will now be on Wednesdays. Yes, the show will now be on Wednesdays, starting next week. Wednesdays, 10 to 11 a.m. Don't miss it. I'll see you next week. Have a beautiful day.